What's up, everybody? Mr. Bear here. I wanted to do a quick trade recap video. My trades today. I actually recorded my entire session, but that video is about over an hour and 20 minutes long, and I don't think anybody's going to want to watch it. Even edited down, it's incredibly long. So what I did was I picked out a few trades that I thought folks might get some benefit from. And I also am going to include my pre-market analysis and kind of trade plan, what I thought was going to happen today in the beginning of the video. We can see here we did get that move down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band channel, which I'll explain here in market prep. Had to endure pretty decent impulse to the upside during the first few hours of the market, but price eventually did come down. If you guys like this video, I appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribe button. I also want to include some risk disclaimers here. I'm not a financial expert. This is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not take your financial advice from a bear avatar on YouTube, and certainly never trade with any money that you cannot afford to lose. So with that being said, let's get into the trade recap. What's up, everybody? Right now it's 8 a.m. The market's going to open in about 30 minutes. Going to come in here and do a little pre-market analysis. Taking a look at the Nasdaq Futures contract. Let's start out with a little bit of higher time frames, and we will work our way down. Let's look at a weekly chart, get a bird's eye view of what's going on in the market. We've been on a uptrend all year, since the beginning of the year, since January. Coming into a pullback now, getting a little bit of change of structure, but this is a pullback. We're in an overall bearish or bullish structure, excuse me, within a smaller time frame bearish structure. A little bit similar to what we had going on over here when the initial breakout started, or initial uptrend started, but it is looking bearish. We've had 2 weeks of red candles. This is a weekly chart. So, my bias at the moment, things are moving down. That being said, I don't think we're going to zero anytime soon. So let's take a look at the daily. Moving down a little bit. The daily is giving us a little bit more of a bearish bias, and I'll tell you why. Clearly, we've closed below the 20 SMA. These gold lines here on the charts are 20-period Bollinger Bands. Just pulling up a pen here. 20-period Bollinger Bands. And the middle line is 20 SMA, and these are 2 standard deviations away from the 20 SMA. And we can see here that we're holding below the 20 SMA. We've kind of closed below the 20 SMA, closed it below it over here. This looked very bearish over here. We popped right back out of it. But here we've held underneath it. So we're kind of accepting these lower prices, or at least accepting this initial retracement. You could draw a trend line right here, clearly a down channel going on. What I'm seeing happening today, bearish candle coming in yesterday. We have the Bollinger Bands opened up to the downside. I think we're probably going to come down to at least 15,000. 15,000 is going to be a big psych level for it. And so we're probably going to get a bounce off of 15,000, but it's going to get pulled down into that. We may even get lower here. The bottom of the band would probably be your take profit level on shorts. And that's kind of where we've been bouncing off of in the past. And so it's likely to do that again. We can try to draw a little bit of a downtrend line. We can see how that bottom of that support channel here, again, we're looking at, I'm going to mark this out. I would say it's probably going to bend a little bit more. Probably 14,950 is going to be your target on it. The initial big bounce is probably going to come around 15,000. So I would suspect this is going to move down about 65, around 15,005 probably. We're going to hit that 15,000 level, get a psych level bounce, and then probably break through. And I would say down at 14,976 or 14,950, possibly even lower, 14,933. 14,900. There's going to be some take profit levels down there that you can, cover your short with. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. This was, this support level over here. Again, price is just going to get sucked right down into that 15,000 15,005 level, like I said, bottom of the band on the 4-hour. This is coming straight down to it. We've already broken through yesterday's lows over here. And so that's clearly where it wants to go, at least for me. Of course, I'm not a future teller or whatever those people are called. That's just what I'm thinking is going to happen. Let's look at a 1-hour chart. Very solid bearish candle on the 1-hour. We've closed outside the bands on the 1-hour. This is a weekly volume profile that we're seeing up here. So this has been generating since Sunday night. Coming down here in the value area low, the big area of support. Look at these long wicks coming on here on the hourly chart. So, we're probably going to come down here and explore these prices again. This 15,000, I've got it marked out at 15,015 here. I would say somewhere down here, it's a solid, I would say 60 to 70 points away. So lots of opportunity for me to try to pick up a short to the downside. And again, I think it's probably going to find a bounce down here and pop up, and it may come maybe, I don't know where it might bounce up to. VWAP 20 SMA on the hourly. That's probably a nice spot for 15,100. You get a move up here. Let's see if I don't like this color on my pen. A different color. Pen is just where I want it to be today. I got a new pen, by the way. So we might get that move up, find some resistance, and then push back down. That's what I suspect is going to. So a good entry spot for me is going to be, if you're really looking to get in at a good price, it's going to be up here at VWAP. And that's not too hard, right? VWAP 20 SMA, descending trend line. It's not the best trend line. It's only got a touch on it. So it's like kind of I'm basically making that up in my head. Let's look at a 4-hour, see if I can find a better trend line to draw out. Somewhere up here, perhaps. Yeah, I think what you might have to do is just drop down to like a 5-minute chart and just find kind of something like we see over here, where you get this ABCD pattern up, and then we get a break of structure to the downside, and it just falls. Again, ABCD pattern here, break of structure to the downside, and we fall. And so you may want to wait for something similar to that, a move up, break a structure, fall. However, the way it's looking, we may just fall down to 1,500, then get that bounce. I wouldn't be surprised if we fell to 1,500 or 15,000, sorry, and then got that ABCD pattern to the upside, and then another break and test the 15,000, possibly breaking it down into the 4,000s. My thought. Yeah, I think that would be my game plan coming into the market. We're already red on the day, gapping down. It's a 2,000 tick chart. This is a 2,000 tick chart. Already gapping down, negative 600 cumulative delta. So when we're trading below VWAP, not crazy below VWAP, but below. Those are all bearish signs to me. So I have a bearish bias coming to the market. We can take a look at our economic calendar. My morning process really hasn't changed. We have FOMC minutes coming out at 1, but these are minutes. They're not going to be a big market mover unless they say something in there that's, the interest rate decision's already been out. So you probably want to be aware of it. Probably won't trade past the morning initial morning movement. I don't know what I want to say there. Europe closes at 10:30. Usually I'm kind of done trading by 10 a.m. Central Time. I'm always on Central Time. If you hear me talking, or if you look up at the clock up there, that's Central Time. So we've got about 22 minutes before the market opens. This looks bearish. I like these moves like this. This is kind of just an ABCD pattern on a 1 minute as well. Got that nice move up, hits a 20 SMA, bearish candle, take that short to the downside. It's pre-market though. I'm not trading in pre-market. I have been burned trading pre-market. Pre-market is no bueno for me. But I'm seeing that I'm looking over here on the hourly now. I'm now seeing that pocket. That looks pretty nice right here, where price is probably going to want to fall down and explore a little bit before finding some support. So I'll be looking to take a trade down there. Let's take a look at Bookmap, see if we can see anything on Bookmap. popping out at us. I like using bookmap, excuse me, particularly in pre-market to look at high levels of liquidity around key levels. I bet there's a boat ton of orders. There's a boat ton of orders down here, 15,050. I think this thing is gonna, these orders down here, this big order, 90 orders, I guess. That's probably going to attract these prices. I suspect price is going to come down, hit that, make a move up, come down and get through it. Then I bet we've got more orders sitting down at like 1,000. $15,010, there's some, not a whole lot. Look at that, 15,109 orders sitting down at 15,000. Those are going to be your key levels, 15,050, 15,000. Of course, those are psych levels. That's not genius trading. I think that's probably where she's going to want to go. My job is to try to get in a good price, right? I don't want to, short it right here and then we're going to whip up, particularly trading futures contracts. I don't want to short it right here and then we whip up, 30, maybe 40 points. This is an overnight volume profile back up here somewhere. It's a nice little head and shoulders pattern if you can notice it. Shoulder, head, another shoulder, neckline, break the neckline. Should take off. So everything's looking to the downside. I just got to find a good entry and most importantly, manage my risk. It's something I've really been working on over the summer, is trying to manage my risk, take appropriate size, and know when I'm at a bad price. My trade idea may be right, but I may be in at a bad price and I need to get out and wait for a better price for me. Looks bearish over here on the 5-minute. Nice bearish candle. I love seeing that. The band's opened up. I think we are going to start pushing down. It's pre-market though. I'm not going to take it. Much as I want to, I'm not going to take it. There's nothing worse than taking a loss in pre-market and coming in and the market's opened and you are staring at that red number and your initial thought is I got to make it back right away. You can also see we're kind of at the bottom of this channel. I do think we've got that move down to 50 though. It may hit 50 pre-market. Just the way. So I should also say that this is all educational, entertainment purposes only. I'm going to flash a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. Please do not follow someone's advice on YouTube. What to do with your money. Never trade with money that you cannot afford to lose, because if you're new to trading, I promise you will lose it. I'm trading with a prop firm account. Starting off with 50K here. Nice, fresh 50K account for us to trade with on the channel. I would highly suggest that you also, if you're new to trading, look at one of these prop firm accounts. There's a couple coupon codes below to a couple of them that I recommend. One is Take Profit Trader. The other one's Apex Trader. Those coupon codes will save you some money, and you're going to blow through a few accounts before you kind of get your foot. That's just the way everybody blows through accounts. So don't do it with your families or your life savings. Do it with one of these accounts that cost you 50, 60, 70 bucks, and you learn some lessons from it, and wait till you become consistently profitable before you really accounts. I still blow these prop firm accounts, funded accounts all the time. You have mental blips that you just as a human cannot, very difficult to overcome, but you got to try to do it. I got into a massive loss in the beginning of the summer, which really set me back with some real money, and it's taken me a few months to recover from it. So just add into a loser, being in a bad position, add into a loser, thinking it's going to come back your way, and before you know it, you're down 4 or 5 figures, and you're just trying to, you're wondering what's going on, and you literally, I literally shorted the bottom of a move instead of just taking my initial stop. I added to it thinking it was going to come back down, and it just never did. She goes sometimes. So live and learn. Anyways, guys, we're gonna let the market open in about 17 minutes. Hopefully find some good opportunities. All right, let's see what happens. All right, guys, so the market's just open, getting a little bit of impulse up. We've got a 500 volume chart going on over here? Getting that impulse up that we talked about. Let me look at. Looking for some weakness. Might grab a short here. Try to take a scalp. Saw that wick on the 1 minute forming. Just put your stop right above that. Delta's moving lower. We're gonna get wicked out. And then, yeah, but we gotta try to hold the trade. My target on this would be the 20 SMA on 1 minute. Just trying to get that rotation down. One thing I've been doing over the summer is really working on like a playbook of setups. One of the things that I really like is when the market in pre-market, that sounds weird, is trending down like we were in pre-market, and then you get that opposite direction impulse up to the top of the band on the 1 minute, and then hopefully another area of confluence. In this case, it was a 20 SMA on the 5 minute. Larger move. Chit-chatting, we're missing the big move. And so anyways, we took that trade when we saw that wick there on the 1 minute price wick away from the upper band, and also the 5 minute 20. And target on that was just 20 SMA. Back to 76 level. For me, this looks bullish, coming off a support level right here. Bands opened up, breaking this trend line. We're going in heavy on this one. A nice bullish candle on the 1 minute. I think we're going to move 33 orders. Might get out at 29. I may not get too greedy on it, but I really don't want to endure any more drawdown. My stop's going to go right below the support. So risking 9 to make 10. It's a best, but I like it. I like that setup. Hopefully it moves pretty quick for me. I think we may even get one out of top of the band on the enough for me, I think. This is a good trade. This is the trade like you wait for. This is the one that you should just be waiting for. All right. So that took profit. Actually, it would have come all the way up to our original take profit. Should have held it. Story of my life. Now it's just going to rip up. I got out where I got out because I saw the bands here on the 1 minute starting to pinch in. This looked bearish. It looked like it was down. Yeah, interesting here. We are coming up to that. We're coming up to 44 level. If you look over here on Bookmap, up at 44, there's this ton of orders, 200 orders sitting up here like at 45. Typically, when we see a lot of liquidity on the book like that, it's going to attract price. So this is just another sign for me to take that long, but just trading off a price action, that just looks like a good trade. And that's really the only trade I probably should have taken today, except for that first short that I took on the market open. That's in my playbook. I also like these trades. That's just a really simple. You got two bullish signals on the 5 minute, the 1 minute. We've got big level liquidity to the upside in an up channel. I mean, that just looks like a trade. Okay, guys, so for this one, my microphone was actually not recording, so I'm just going to record over the video. What we're looking at here is we can see on that 5 minute chart, we can see that price is broken to the downside out of that up channel. And now we're coming down to some support that I'm trying to identify using the Bollinger Bands on the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart. I drew a nice little trend line, supporting trend line there on that 1 minute, the upper left-hand chart. And as that broke, I'm expecting price to come down, hit the bottom of the band on the 1 minute. And that also corresponds with the bottom of the Bollinger Band on the 5 minute, which is that upper middle chart. I'm adjusting the stop loss here. If price bounces back up, I don't want it to come back into that range. I'm really just looking to take profit. right there as price will hit, hopefully. Let's see. I know what happens, but let's see what happens. Hits the bottom of the band there. I'm just adjusting the stop loss a little bit again. I don't want it to come back into the range, but I want to give the trade a little bit of time to work itself out. I do think it's coming down. We can see cumulative delta down there in the bottom right, just is in a clear bearish downtrend. But you want to be careful with futures. I think it is going to come down. I don't want to endure a lot of drawdown. I'd be willing to take a small loss and get back in at a better price. But it does look just overly bearish considering that 5-minute chart, we broke into the downside. My overall thesis on the day was that we were going to fall down. And I was looking to take a short as we broke out of that channel, that up channel. Just took profit there. Okay, guys, so didn't have the microphone on for this one either, but just do a quick voiceover of the trade. This is a new low for the session, and one of the trade setups that I've been identifying is when we form a new low or a new high of the day, I'm looking for a low volume node to form to act as support and resistance. And you can see here that I'm actually putting a sell limit order up at the top of that range right below the low volume node. And you can see how prices respected that LVN. They're called LVNs. I'm looking to actually add to the position if price comes up and tests that low volume node. That's really where my entry should be. I got in a low, got a little eager on it. And I just wanted to get in on it before it happens. So I'm going to add to it if it pops back up. And then my stop is going to be right there above that low volume node edge. Go into that LVN, price is probably going to move pretty quickly. I'll just get out of it. My target is the bottom of the band on the 1 minute. And actually, I think on this one, the 5-minute Bollinger Band has opened up quite a bit as well. So I may have moved my stop down near that 5-minute, the bottom of the 5-minute Bollinger Band. And we're just kind of waiting for price to move down that way. Again, I'm going to add to it if it pops up to that LVN. And my stop loss is about 9 points away. My take profit would then be probably about 20 points away or so. So it's a good trade, and these are high probability setups. So I like these setups. We can clearly see price trending to the downside. And in my pre-market prep, we kind of had identified the 15,000 levels at key psych level. Price is sucked down to it. I think my take profit is somewhere down 7 or. I'm kind of just letting it play out. This is a little bit longer trade. I hold on to this a little bit longer, waiting for the move to the downside. So what I'll do for this is I'll just speed it up a little. Watch the trade. Okay, guys, there you go. Price quickly popped down there to the bottom of the band on the 1 minute and took our profit. I hope you guys enjoyed these quick trade recaps. And if you're able to incorporate some of this into your trading, I hope you get something out of it. All right, guys, hopefully I'll see you back here soon. Thanks. Bye.